We're
It's
already,
just that the topics give us somewhere to start, and we can usually go from there.
yeah. Well, we're already recording.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of list stuff. I like the list stuff, though. It makes
It
us not
opens
so
up,
spacey.
yeah, it keeps us on. Well, to a point, it keeps us focused.
Yeah, it's getting harder to think of list stuff. Like I think of list stuff when I'm just like the one about the last podcast where the 5 things that we think Nintendo sucked for. That we've talked. It's funny we've talked about things we've disliked about Nintendo many times, and then but
Yeah,
at that moment it clicked in. Oh shit, that should be a list.
but that can apply to all of them.
That's true. Not Stadia.
Oh, no, we play Stadia.
Stadia is the best. I just
Stadia
want
barely doesn't even exist anymore, so yeah, nobody cares.
Actually, it's funny because you always tell me about every time you read something about something happening with them, and I've read that already usually because it comes up in my feed, and I'm just like, yeah, it doesn't mean anything. Lately, they've been actually getting good praise, and because of some of the things they're doing, and nobody's repeating that info. I'm like, you know what? This is why I should just mute my feed altogether. Because unless it's something bad, it doesn't get repeated in my feed at all.
They're not even on the radar. That's why nobody cares.
I don't know. I play it once in a while.
Every time since Sony and Xbox sneeze, they get 2,000 reports on it. Nintendo, you maybe get 1,000 reports, but Stadia is like such nothing. It doesn't matter.
Unless you say something that they're doing bad. Like,
Even that doesn't get traction anymore. It was like, oh yeah, Stadia, and then they move on.
see, the thing is, though, now, because we said Stadia, though, and your phone heard it, you're going to get some Stadia news.
I'm going to draw on my phone. I'm going to tell you that. How was it listening to me?
I actually haven't played a game in a while. I'm trying to think of the last time I played a game. Well, the Quarry. I want to play the Quarry again. So right now, Kendall played the Quarry, and we shared opinions on what choices we should make.
Yeah.
And it's good, but we're watching it now, the gruesome version. So you got everyone lives, everyone dies, started a chapter, and then underneath it, there's the gruesome version, or the Gore Fest.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, we got to watch Gore Fest. Like an hour or something, it felt like 5 hours into it. We're on chapter 1. And all of a sudden it says chapter 2 on the screen, and I look at Kendall, I'm like, that was all chapter 1? Are you kidding me? I mean, we played through it quicker. And she's like, yeah. But I mean, it was kind of neat seeing some things we missed. And I'm like, all right, I got to go to bed after chapter 2. I'm already tired. And she's agreeing. So we're watching chapter 2. And it's a new enough game where I don't want to spoil anything. I think it is still a fun playthrough, and I'm going to play through it again because I want to make some different choices. So I'm trying to think of a way to word it. Well, it's a horror game, so I know how I'll word it. There's 2 people where only one, when I played, got hurt. And they both got hurt. And at this point, I'm so tired, I'm like, I'm falling asleep. Because she actually yelled at one point, not that she was scared. She's like, oh, I can't believe they did that. And because we didn't see it when we played through. And I'm like, what? And she's like, did you fall asleep? I'm like, yeah, I closed my eyes for a second. She's like, what is the last thing you remember? And I'm like, such and such. And she's like, okay, what do you remember before that? And I'm like, such and such. She's like, you literally fell asleep for the only 10 seconds that have mattered through the 5 hours we've been watching this. And I'm like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. So she described it to me, not a big deal. And, but then these 2 people got hurt. And while you're watching, I've already played through it. Well, you played through it too. While I'm watching, I'm like, well, I know how this is going to end. And it did not end the way I wanted. So Kendall moved out yesterday. She's got her own place in Milwaukee now. So I have to wait till she comes back to watch this damn thing. I put up with like what felt like 5 hours of watching to turn it off to go to bed to finally want to be into it. But it's if you watch the Gore Fest, I don't know if you can fast forward or anything, but I highly suggest just fast forwarding through the first fucking chapter. Unless you're playing it, I mean, it's still a fun play.
I probably would play it again before I'd watch that.
Well, Gore Fest tells me shit's gonna happen.
Well, Gorefest sounds like they would just show you the death scenes or the bloody parts that could happen.
That'd be awesome. I didn't even think of that. I just thought it was going to be the most gory way to play the game, and maybe it is because the squirrel did die. I didn't know that would happen.
You get a trophy for killing them all. You get a trophy for having them all live. I think you get a trophy for turning them all into whatever's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a lot of trophies. Well, that's why I fucked up the one part because I'm like, I was for some reason had the trophy in my mind. I'm like, well, if I shoot that person, then I'm not gonna get that trophy, and it didn't fucking matter anyway.
See, I figured they were turning already. So when Kendall's like, "What should I do? What should I do?" Because you don't have a lot of time, I'm like, "Shoot them!"
Yeah.
I'm like, they're not gonna die.
I almost stopped playing. I almost started again.
Oh,
I'm
did
like,
you really?
I don't want to go through that first part because it is kind of sluggish to start.
Yeah. Oh, but when so and so croaked, it should have let you use a heart.
I played it on opening day. That got patched in.
Oh, are you serious? So if we didn't really end up needing one because we used a heart to save someone in a cage, you know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
And Kendall wouldn't listen to me. I'm like, you got to do it here. You got to do it here. She's like, I don't want to because she hated him. She's like, I don't like him. He can sit there. I'm like, all right. Boom.
And that's why when I made the mistake, I'm like, you know what? I'm not upset.
You know, that is the good part of the game is they do a good job on character development. Like you don't realize it because you're just like, well, who cares? Let's move on. Like there's points where Kendall's like, oh my God, I don't care about these two's relationship. Can we move forward? But it does add to it because you don't like the guy and you're like, do I save him or don't I save? What do I do?
Well, the problem is you didn't like his crush either. You're like, ugh, these two just suck.
But she grows on you.
She does. She gets a good arc.
Yeah, she does grow on you. And even, I'll say his name, Max. I don't care for Max that much. He's kind of a whiny, like, all right, he's a side character. He's not going to stick around. And it turns out, depending how you play, well, all right, this isn't a big spoiler. It's a choose your own adventure game, but it's a horror game. And certain people can die, certain people can live. We're not spoiling anything there. That's about it.
Yeah,
It's a good game, though. I mean, I'm.
Well, it is. I have fun with it, other than the fact I fucked up.
Yeah. See, I want to play. I want to play it again, and I want to. I want to see. I want to see if I can get everyone to live. I mean, to get someone that dies not a problem. I did. You know, we already did that. But I want to see if I can get everyone to live. Because there is one where at the end, you're in the lodge and you have to shoot the gun, and we used up the rest of our hearts on that. And you shoot too soon, it's not strong enough. You wait too long and you don't get the shot off.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God, I mean, how is this possible? It got to the point where we looked it up online and they're like, if you shoot the person at this point, so that means you can shoot them. So I'm like, what the hell? And I thought the squirrel part, did you kill the squirrel?
When?
With the rock, run it over with the golf cart and then you have to kill it with a rock, finish it off?
Oh.
It's in the movie part, and because we did Gore Fest, I'm assuming they consider that gore. There's no blood or anything. It's just kind of a dumb point. There's a lot of unneeded filler in it. And I don't want to spoil anything, but the ending, if you choose to take out the main...
Yeah.
It's very uneventful.
Oh, I don't. If you don't, though, everyone dies.
Really? When it's just laying there and you shoot it, if you don't, everyone dies?
Well, think about who's infected.
Nobody at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Not when I was playing.
What are you talking about?
I took someone else out that cured everyone else. There was only one person affected still.
Yeah.
And it was the son. Well, I'm going to say it. It was the son.
And?
Nope, that's it. Everyone else is not.
Okay, if you don't kill the main one.
Oh, well, then more people would be infected.
Yeah.
But he broke his chains.
I'm just saying.
Did you not kill him?
Oh, I did. Of course I did.
Oh.
That was the easiest decision of the goddamn game.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was over at that point. And then we're like, oh, wait, there's more?
I didn't have to think about that one. I was like,
Well, and then the mother, Jesus Christ, she needed a bar of soap in her mouth. Jesus. F this, F that. I'm like, oh my God. And then Lance Henriksen, he barely talked at all. And then My Name is Earl's brother, Jesus Christ.
probably, yeah.
And he's just sweating by the end of it. Like his blood all over him in the beginning. By the end of it, it's sweat. And I'm like, who thought to program this in? But good on you, because he is just intimidating as hell. When he stabs with that knife, I'm just like, oh shit, he just did that.
Mm-hmm.
It, yeah, that was pretty good. It's, I can't believe I can talk about a game so much without saying anything about the game.
I
It's,
think you said more than you realized.
what's that?
But of course, in order to know that that stuff is, you have to have already played the game, pretty much.
Yeah, and you and I have actually played it, so it helps. And to anyone else who's played it, they'll get it. If they
I
haven't played
mean,
it, they'll be like, what the hell are these two talking about?
it's kind of a game if you haven't played it by now.
You think so? It hasn't been out that long.
But it's a niche game. It's not like something that everybody's gonna like. Oh, the Quarry shit, yeah.
It got advertised pretty well, though.
And
Like,
now,
well, that's true. Yeah, you're right about this thing. The funny thing is it's got Dewey in it, so that's awesome. And it's got Ted Raimi.
dude, I
And
was amazed by how good they made those guys look.
my God, Ted
Yeah, it looks,
Raimi is a creepy mother in it. I mean, he's creepier than the picture where he's behind me and it looks like he's doing me. It he's creepier in this. It was good. I would watch a movie where Ted Raimi and David Arquette are actually siblings. I would watch that shit, especially if it was.
they
It,
could make the Quarry into a movie.
yeah, I don't know about that. They could. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
you can't have the choose your own adventure aspect of it, but
No, I think part of the problem is now that I've actually started watching it as a movie, I actually thought about recording the whole thing and then editing it, and then I remembered, wait, I got
well, I mean,
5 billion other
as a movie,
projects.
you have to spice it up maybe a little bit, cut things out. But I mean, it could work as a movie.
Yeah, yeah, it could. Yeah, it could. It But I mean, I would watch anything where there are probably brothers in it. I thought those two were awesome, even though you don't ever really see them together. I mean, you do, but you
Cat's not
don't.
in it so much.
What's that?
Cat's really not in it a whole lot.
No, not really. No.
It's more Ted Raimi's game after a while.
Yeah, almost from the beginning, actually.
The beginning, and then he goes away for a while, and then he comes back.
That was the monster from the game.
Yep.
I think there was some pizza in there from 2 days ago. No, that
Well,
was
he eats a
yesterday.
lot of stuff out in the woods.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that was another thing too. Is well, you crash your car. It's not really a big secret. You can't avoid that. It When you crash your car in the beginning, you know how you got to hit the joystick like Dragon's Lair, which that part
Yeah.
kind of pissed me off. But in the Gorefest version, you don't make those things. And it was interesting to see the car crash differently.
There's a like a mode where you can turn off that stuff. Just does its own thing.
Oh, really?
It automatically does what you're supposed to do in those situations.
Oh, see, this automatically did what you weren't supposed to do in the Gorefest version.
Oh well, yeah. If the Gore Fest, they want everybody dead.
I'm glad that when Kendall played it, she played it the way she did, though, because now that I'm far enough into the Gorefest where I've seen some things happen, those decisions make a difference. Like, they don't feel like when you're playing it, you're like, this is crap. The whole outcome is going to be the same no matter what. And because, like, it gives you the two choices, and you're like, come on, they're basically the same. So you pick one, and it acts like that for 2 seconds, and then wraps back around to the other one. And you're like, oh, okay, I just added dialogue. But now that I've seen it where it does things that I did not do, it does affect it. I mean, they got to keep it on a certain path still. But I was pretty impressed. I think the Quarry game, I mean, to anyone who hasn't played it, I think I would wait for it to go on sale. I wouldn't pay full price for it at this point. But I gotta look into it. I bought a special version of it where I could. Well, I bought. There was three versions. There was four versions. There was the Xbox One, the Xbox X, the Xbox, both of them, and then there was one with like some bonus package shit where I think they're in the 80s or some shit like that.
Yeah, it could be 80s mode.
I did not play that. I should play that. That would
It's
be.
like a cut off jersey that
Oh,
only goes to like, under his nipples and stuff. They look like 80s horror characters. I think Emma's got like leg warmers on and stuff like that.
oh, so it's not a big deal because I'm
And it's
trying to.
more of a, like the framing and stuff is more of a VHS kind of.
Oh, screw that.
I mean,
It
that's all it is. It's aesthetic. It doesn't change the game at all.
well, the cell phones
I don't know how they would work that.
because the cell phone does come into play. Well, does it though?
Not really.
There is. I mean,
This doesn't work. Well, she does record everything and take pictures, but you can do
yeah,
that. She
maybe
could just have a regular camera.
from the 80s. The thing
Well,
would
she's not
be
going
the
to do it.
size of.
Well, disposable maybe. Maybe it was 89.
Yeah, but that
And
wouldn't
they're like,
film.
well, no, I don't need film. She's just taking pictures of it. You know, whatever. I don't want to play it either.
You know, now I want to play it to find out. I mean, I paid for it.
You might as well. I mean, you might. I downloaded it. I didn't play it with. I only played it through once because then I got all this other stuff to play.
Well, that's part of my issue too. Well, Cowabunga Edition showed up.
I just beat Shredder's Revenge.
I didn't beat that one yet. I've only played it when Eckert was playing it with me. It I'm a little irritated at that one right now.
Why?
Not the game. The game's
Oh, not the
fantastic.
game because of limited run.
Yeah, yeah. I've made no secrets about that. It I mean, I have absolutely no clue to life when the thing's showing up.
It still says September like 26th
27th.
or something on it. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold my breath.
I don't know why I find that ridiculous. I shouldn't because I was never told a date. I ordered that without knowing a date. It's on me. I should
You
not
would
find
think
it.
within a few weeks of it coming out that you would have that.
You would think so. Like no email. I went through my emails. There's no email
Nothing.
saying I'm getting it.
The last email I got from them was my purchase. Like,
Confirmation.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's all I have. I
But yet,
got.
NECA. 1 second. I ordered a Ninja Turtles figure set from them and an accessory set and Token Razar. I'm getting the 4 Turtles and the Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze VHS box. And a Turtles 2 accessory set and Token Razar. NECA sends me a goddamn email almost every week saying, okay, it's coming in Q1 of 2023. Just letting you know. Every week I get from them. Limited run games, crickets. I don't hear shit.
Yeah, that's.
One's a well-run company that wants my money and wants my business in the future. The other one says, fuck you, we got your money, suck our dick.
Yeah, yeah. No, I can't describe it differently. And the thing that kills me is, you know what's pissing me off? It's not always just not knowing when it's coming. It's getting online and finding out that the physical media is going to be in a store, which great for people who want to go buy it. I want people to have this game. But it pisses me off that I paid what I did and there isn't boo.
Yeah,
But
nothing.
but if
And
you're
you paid double what I did.
yeah, and if you're someone who's just going to go pay $40 for the game, you know everything going on.
Yeah.
You could pre-order it right now at GameStop or Target or whatever, and you know you're going to get that game. Kind of like what I did with the Cowabunga edition. Was it a couple days late? Yes, but you know what? Quicker than if I would have went to the store and risked not getting it.
I couldn't even have gotten in the store till today, so it came in the mail today, so it worked out.
Oh, they didn't. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have got to the store. I could have done it today, but I had things I had to get done today, so it actually worked out for me too. I mean, I could have went yesterday. Moving Kendall into her apartment yesterday, I missed school. So I had to do some of my homework today. I got to finish up more of it tomorrow. I have another freaking project due by Sunday. It's insane. I can't keep up anymore. I'm old. Why do I go to school?
I have no idea.
I don't either. Because I want to make a game. Really, that's kind of what it comes down to. I liked working on cars. I got an auto degree. I hate working on computers. I got certified in computers. Why the hell did I do that? Now I want to make a game, and I'm getting a degree. I could probably stop going to school now and make the game. I don't even need to use an engine. I can program the engine myself, but yeah, I still got to do it. I can Google the rest. Screw Google. I can DuckDuckGo the rest.
Duck, duck, go.
Yeah. Hey, that's
Top
my
five,
that's my
top five favorite
phones.
search engines.
What's that?
Top 5 favorite search engines. Jeeves,
Yeah. Hotbot. No,
Bing.
nobody remembers Hotbot unless they're as old as I am.
I remember Hotbot.
Do you? I loved Hotbot because it had weird facts at the bottom, and then at the top, it's like it did a little ticker of all the popular search terms, and I would look at it and go, "Oh, I never thought of searching that." So I'd search it, and it sometimes you'd see creepy things going to crash. You're like, "Wow, that's popular right now, huh? Good for that."
Thank you, Internet. You made the world a better place.
Yeah. Oh my God! If it wasn't for the internet, even games have gotten wrecked by the internet. It
Well, everything's going to be live service now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the Switch is really the only thing holding on. It,
Nintendo will be the last one to fall into that, but they'll fall.
yeah, I think so too. I kind of question how long it'll take, though.
Well, Sony and Xbox will fall the next gen for sure.
Oh yeah, their foot's half in the
They're half
grave
an hour.
already. Yeah,
So those
Eh,
two will fall together, and
yeah,
then Nintendo will be like one more gen, and then
Eh,
unless Sony and Xbox tank.
yeah. That could be. Well, I mean, Xbox already has their ass in the grave. Their head's just poking above as they're scraping the dirt in over themselves, covering
Yeah.
themselves. And Sony's actually doing in the same position. They just haven't started pulling the dirt over yet. They're just looking at Xbox going, you know, that looks kind of comfortable. Maybe I'll do it too.
No shit. Like, and Nintendo's like, they pull up a lawn chair with a cooler. Like, let's see how these two idiots fare.
Yeah, yeah. How's this gonna go? I mean, they have the whole dug, but they're
Mm-hmm.
sitting in the chair
They're
waiting.
sitting next to it. They
Yeah,
haven't gone into the hole yet. They're sitting next to it. Like, okay, let's keep an eye on these two idiots.
yeah. I mean, really, I mean, you're a Sony guy. I'm an Xbox guy. I mean, none of us care about who owns what, but you're Sony. I'm Xbox, and I think both of us would agree that both the companies we like are dumbasses right now.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, I get it. The trend is all this. I don't know if you want to call it loot crate anymore because that's kind of even gone away a bit. But all
It's
this like
microtransactions.
the what?
Microtransactions.
Yeah, yeah, all this Fortnite microtransactions
So you're
bullshit.
you're putting out a third of a game, and then you expect us to keep throwing money at you to finish the game. It should have been finished in the first goddamn place because it's gone beyond DLC. That was a simple, you know what? You want a couple extra levels and a new gun? Okay, here you go, $20.
Yeah.
There you go. But now this shit is, oh, you want cat ears on Master Chief? Oh, here you go. Oh, where's the game?
Well,
You don't need to know about that.
I don't even mind that so much, the cat ears or the skins or anything. What drives me nuts is the fact that when you buy, like, an example would be when I bought, what's a good game? Red Dead Redemption 2. I bought some like director's pack that was supposed to come with more maps and stuff.
Hmm.
And I guess that's what it is. The more maps part pisses me off. I don't care about the skins because I can play the game without the skins. But when you're telling me there's more maps that you want me to download, either make a part 2 or include those fucking maps. Because that's, to me, you just sold me a game missing part of its shit.
Well, if it's planned, like a season pass kind of thing.
Then it doesn't bother me as much because if it's a season pass, I consider a yearly release a new game. Kind of like Madden or anything like that. I mean, even though they're
Talking about
they're
like
worse.
planned when so Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out, and like, oh, by the way, in a few months we're gonna have DLC. So that was clearly planned from the beginning. They just didn't include it.
That bothers me.
That's what you're talking about. Okay,
I don't like that. If
not
it's
like not like the game came out and they're like, okay, we came up with an idea for some new maps, so we're gonna put those out in a year.
that, then I think they should just come out with a new game.
Okay.
Don't call it DLC. Charge
Well,
me
that's
for
this whole thing. Why? Like they just came out like Last of Us Part 1 just got remade for PS5. That came out today.
that. Doesn't bother me as much though because that game that's like buying Star Wars again.
But should wouldn't you rather they put the resources into that into a brand new game?
Yeah, yeah, I can see that point on it too. Or do a prequel maybe or something. Um,
'Cause, I mean, they rebuild these things from like basically the ground up and completely redo them and do that. They even record new voices and stuff. But wouldn't Naughty Dog be better off like Last of Us 3 or some shit?
I would rather have Last of Us 3. I haven't played any of Last of Us, but
I haven't either.
but I know where you're going because you're
Yeah,
using the thing.
yeah.
I would rather play Last of Us 3, but at least with Last of Us 1 remastered, I know I don't have to buy it again. So that was a waste of their time, not my time.
Okay, I gotcha.
Now, if they would have came out with a Last of Us 2 Part 5 and it was the same game with more missions, that would piss me off more because I would have been like, you just made that damn game. If you were going to do more, why didn't you make it a part 3? Then I think it should have been a part 3. Make it a full game and part
Hmm.
3 it. Don't give me downloadable content. But it goes on that premise where when I buy, well, I'm looking for a cartridge laying around here. That worries me because I should have one, but I got a case here. But when I buy a game, I want the game. When I pop a chip into my Switch or I pop a disc into my, oh, I'm old, I said chip. When I pop a cartridge or a reel-to-reel into my Texas Instrument 94, I I want the game. I don't want to see downloading or any shit like that. I was pissed when I put the Cowabunga edition in and it said there was a download. I'm like, why? What did you not test? It
Probably the online component.
And if that's all it is, I'm okay with that because I
That's
don't
probably
give a
what it
shit.
was.
That requires internet anyways. But what pisses me off is when I buy a cartridge, I want to own the game. I don't want any of this. All that cartridges is a key to a license to play the game. Um, that's what
Well,
Stadia is for me. I know I
well,
don't own those games.
Sony and Xbox are in that hole, and they're going non-physical next gen too. So
Oh, they're all doing it.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the Switch will be the last one that does that, or Nintendo will be the last one that does that too.
I still wonder if someone will step up.
Ooh,
You give it a year or two past, everyone's saying, "Screw you! We pulled the dirt over our head. We're in the grave for physical." And I bet you 2 years later, someone like Evercade or someone who maybe has their foot in it, maybe Polymega or something, they say, "You know what? Screw it. You might not get new, but we're gonna re-release everything. We're gonna up its graphics a bit, kind of like Double Dragon Neon." And maybe it's why I don't have a problem when they remaster it because I can make the decision not to buy it or not. So like a good one is the one you just mentioned. What was it? It was
Last of Us.
Last of Us. I never played it. So if they came out with the upgraded version, I would buy that one because I never bought the first one. So I don't know what I'm getting. So I'm
I
like,
understand. I was kind of just asking when you rather, because you were talking about making that a brand new game. Would you rather they put the resources into the brand new game or the remaster?
yeah. And you could ask me that tomorrow and I could give you a different answer. It depends on, what toilet I shit in that day.
I
But
mean, I don't care if Naughty Dog wants to do that. That's up to them.
yeah, yeah. Well, and that's why with the
Personally, I mean,
remasters, I don't mind as much because of the fact
when you
that
when
it
you
is up to them.
when you look what's coming out, I don't think there's a whole lot of ideas left in gaming, to be honest with you. So
Not really. I think side scrollers have a real chance of coming back, to be honest with you.
the problem is when they bring them back, they have to make them so ass-rapingly hard.
Yeah, I really would like to see something where there's an easy level. Well, do you really think they're that hard? Or do you think we just suck as we're getting older?
I could be both, but I mean, give me a chance.
I don't disagree with you because I don't find certain games enjoyable. I'm like angry
I'll,
video game
I'll,
nerd. I'm just like
I'll play.
this sucks.
I'm not ashamed. I'll play easy mode. Fuck it. I want to enjoy the goddamn thing. I don't want to pull my hair out and throw shit.
Well, and that's why the Turtles games are good. They're not all easy, but they're
God,
all playable.
other than the first one.
Other than yeah, God, what a shit game. I remember playing that for the first time. Thank God I didn't buy it. The neighbors bought it.
Oh, I bought it because I was Ninja Turtle crazy.
Oh, I couldn't afford it. And I remember the neighbors
I
had it, and I'm like, I am
begged
not
for
buying it.
I begged for Christmas, begged. And you know what? I didn't get two because I hated the first one, and my mom wouldn't, and my dad wouldn't let me get another one because you couldn't play the first one. Damn it! I want the second one. Never got it until I got older, and I bought it myself.
I never had any of the Turtle games until I was older.
Yep, because I just get so damn. And I was 8, 9 years old when that came out, so I'm just get so frustrated And I still, like today, I tried playing on a Cowabunga collection. I'm like, nope, now I know why, you fucking asshole.
But you know, the Cowabunga edition has that thing where you can watch them play through without getting a hit, and you can take over at any point. I haven't tried it yet. I watched a lot of fucking videos on this thing before it came out. It's you know what? I didn't
Yeah,
even
a lot
look
of
at.
it could be rust,
Well,
but
yeah.
on some of those games, like the second one. But Turtles in Time, I played so many times over the years.
Oh, so you know how we were trying to figure out the arcade cabinet thing and stuff, and that neither one of
Yeah,
us remembered it being in arcades except for the one bar I
it's
told
in
you
there.
about. It's in there, and the Toy Galaxy guy I don't know if you watch his videos. I watch him. He did a Toy Galaxy did a video on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. I can't remember if it was just that or it was Turtles in general, but Turtles in Time came up. 1991, the arcade cabinet came out. 1992, the SNES version came out.
Okay, whatever.
Because
But
remember,
both of
every
them are
time
on
we
there.
looked it up, we couldn't find anything about the arcade.
Yeah, both of them are in that.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that, and I guess we wouldn't have really had to look it up if we would have had this game sooner. But
God damn it, you assholes! Release that sooner. We wouldn't look stupid.
you know, yeah. Well, I think we both look stupid, anyways. But I, uh, I don't fault, um, I can't fault them for their game release because we're still waiting for Shredder's Revenge.
Oh, I'm
And
not. I was just being
no,
joke.
I know, but it's still, I still wanted to bring it up. I want to give them credit because here we're Konami or whatever. What was it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
Konami.
Konami.
Digital Eclipse or whatever was mostly responsible for it. Konami's
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, we'll let you, and they did all the work.
Because, I mean, and they did a lot of work. I watched a behind the scenes thing on it. Like, just the arcade ports alone, what they were talking about was kind of a nightmare.
And there's a thing so I was playing the first Ninja Turtles and just getting absolutely demolished. But of course,
I was too. I tried them out.
um, you hit options, and you can take away the glitchiness of the sprites on there, so it's
Oh,
smooth
because the
through.
system can handle it better
Yeah,
now.
but I'm like, it's kind of part of the charm.
I can go either way on it. I didn't know that, so I left it on and I was fine with it. But I think I would probably try to play it without it, just because I can. I
I
like
mean,
it. I like it when it looks better.
so you go in that first freaking building, right, and you see up top there's all kinds of pizzas. Oh, good, this is gonna help. How do you even get up there?
Ah, I you have to look it up online. I have no idea. I have no fucking idea.
I watch Ryu debunk the difficulty. I'm like, I still can't do that.
I've only beat one Turtles game. It was with you. It's the one you're talking about, actually, and it's because we played it on the Raspberry Pi and had an endless amount of virtual quarters.
Oh yeah, the Turtles arcade, the original one.
I
Yeah.
think didn't we figure it out? We spent like $40 each if it was
Yep.
real quarters.
Yep.
And then I found out later, actually, while watching behind the scenes thing on the Cowabunga edition, if you were doing too good, they randomly dropped missiles, and I'm always like, where are these missiles coming from? And it didn't happen often because I didn't play good that often. But that's what it was. You weren't eating enough quarters or
Well, and
giving
in the
enough.
sewer level, if you go into the water, the sewer part, they
Yeah.
shoot missiles at you to get you back up on the platform where all the spike shit and things are.
Really?
Yep. Because if you go down in the water, like trying to avoid them, no, missiles just start coming at you. So you got to go back up on the thing to get the spikes coming down to get through there.
Damn it. I'm gonna have to play the shit out of it. I have a class project where I have to do technical documentations. You know how anytime you buy anything that has to be put together, it comes with a manual and like steps and
Hmm.
caution, don't use the drill while you're standing in your bathtub, things like that. I have to make something like that, and I have to come up with what it's supposed to be. Well, I have the buttons and the wood and all the templates and everything for making my own arcade stick. And I was going to make it the other day, and like normal, something happened where I had to go do something else. So now I have the perfect excuse. I already told Angie she can't stop me from doing it because I have to get my homework done. I'm making the instruction manual on how to build an arcade stick. 2 players. So when you come up, we can play it arcade style for the Cowabunga edition.
Nice.
I'm even going to see if I can find some, maybe some posters. I want to go to Target and see if they have any like point of sale crap that maybe they'll just let me disappear.
Oh
It
God, no. fucking Target is not.
Maybe not Target, but someplace. Oh, even if I have to go buy a poster and cut it up or something, I want to laminate it onto the joystick thing. And
And those, I mean, God, try and get some of that Jurassic Park shit out of there.
oh yeah, well down where you are, I think it's a different animal.
I just want the freaking Dilophosaurus picture. No, gotta destroy those. What does it matter? I'm not selling it. Gotta destroy them. Why do you care?
They're not getting destroyed. I still question what happened to all the Kirby's on the balls they put out there.
Well, those either got stolen or taken by employees.
We had one on there for about a week. I guarantee you someone snagged that thing.
Ours were gone overnight.
It I thought about it. I'll admit it. I thought about doing it.
Yeah,
But then I'm like, what am I going to do with it?
just to have it.
I
Oh, shit.
know.
But
You've seen my
also,
look at my basement behind me. This is just so I have it.
just I'm also the guy that in 1999, after closing the movie theater, went to the KFC in the parking lot and took all the Star Wars stuff off the windows. Shouldn't have put it on the outside.
Yeah, that was kind of a dumb move.
I also had the key to the funny thing, the back in the day, the movie theater poster boxes outside, they all use the same key. We had an extra one. So one night I went around to all the local theaters and I took all the posters I wanted.
That was one nice thing about having the video store. I could they weren't always movie theatrical ones, but quite often they would be. They were just
Yeah.
leftover stock. And
Yeah.
the funny thing is places like Blockbuster and stuff, they didn't get those. And I think it was because of how they ordered everything into one distribution point to save money.
Yeah.
Basically fuck everyone over. But that's a different story. You know my feelings on that. And then they would send it out everywhere. But then like the mom and pops, we got all the scraps.
Oh, I
Well,
know. They got all great posters. I used to get all my posters from Pick and Save because they'd take them down and they'd put them in a thing and be like, just take them.
that I did that for the longest time till I found out people would pay for them, and I had rent to pay. It, yeah, I only charged $1. I mean, I wasn't raping anyone over it, but but
I got my Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead poster.
I had that poster. I
Yeah.
had the theatrical one of that.
Yep.
But I had,
Mine was a VHS one.
oh, see now that, those I couldn't legally sell. Legally sell.
Like I said, yeah, they just put them in a bin like, here, take them.
Yeah, they had, at the bottom, they said not for resale on them, so I had to be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, technically, like the posters behind me, the Don't Breathe, the sign Don't Breathe, sign Zodiac,
Yeah.
used to have those backwards. Technically.
Why?
Because like that, they're considered advertisement and they're not getting any cash for that.
Oh, it's faded out. I can't really see it though.
Well, it's the light's shining on it too.
Well, we don't make any money, so.
No, I'm just saying, like, technically I'm not supposed to have that on the wall even. Because if somebody from Disney came in and saw the Zodiac, because now they own Fox, or Paramount, if Paramount came in and saw that, they'd be like, what the hell?
Oh, you mean in general if they came in your house?
Mm.
The problem with Disney is I wouldn't be surprised if they did do it.
I don't think I have any Disney stuff up. I do now because Fox owns them, or they're owned by Fox. So.
Well, I was going to say I got Stealth Shield, Captain America Shield, Winter Soldier's arm. I got Iron Man's helmet over there. Christ, I got so much Marvel crap right up there. Disney crap. I'm screwed. Who owns Ghostbusters?
Sony.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, still good to go. I can't get rid of him. He holds my digital pen for my drawing monitor. So it's he's got to stick around. Disney's a shithole. Wow, just like that, my brain just farted out. It just went, oh, the tank is empty.
Well, I thought we probably should stop at this one anyway because it's probably a long one.
Yeah, where's that stop button? Here we go.